Brandon Johnson in studio with us. It is time for Taking You Home. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Big question for me because I don't really understand this. Should I purchase title insurance? First of all, what is title insurance?
Yeah, that's a question we get a lot, especially first-time home buyers, is should I buy title insurance?
No, wait, is that the same as mortgage insurance?
It's a part of title insurance.
Okay.
So title insurance is a insurance product that insures both you as the homeowner and your lender if there are any defects on title that are not caught when you, during the closing process, during the initial title search. So let me give you some examples. There could be lot line disputes. There could be liens that have not been filed or recorded yet. There's a whole host of, you get into some older municipalities. Sauk Rapids has a flurry of legal descriptions, lot lines that are just kind of older. A lot of lake shore has lot line issues just because of the nature of it. You have wells on other people's property and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So title insurance at its core is to ensure you and the lender that you have what's referred to as clear title. In case something is missed or is not recorded or something nefarious happens that would affect your value to be able to sell the property. And another aspect of it that's really creeping in modern day that's not thought of is a lot of fraudulent wire fraud, that sort of issues. There's a lot of fraudulent transactions where people are claiming to be the seller. They're out of state listing a home. You never see them, and they're fraudulently signing on behalf of an unknown seller. So there's all sorts of things that cover you in title insurance. And the question we get as realtors is, should I buy it?
Yeah.
And so what my answer to that is, first of all, your lender deems it important enough that they're going to require you in almost all occurrences to purchase it for up to the amount of the mortgage. So if you get a $400,000 home and let's say you get a mortgage for $320,000, your lenders, that's what you refer to as mortgage, not mortgage insurance, mortgage title insurance.
Gotcha.
That will cover them for the $320,000, and then you have the option to purchase a buyer's premium for that remaining $80,000 in my example of a $400,000 home.
Okay, I take out a 30-year mortgage, 25 years go by, I'm going to list my house, sell my house, I'm going to try to sell my house. Am I going to be, does that title insurance still in effect that long through the whole entirety of your mortgage?
In theory, it's through the whole time that you own the property.
Really?
So, again, currently there's about 4 major underwriters in the country. There's more, but the 4 main ones are Fidelity, First American, Old Republic, and Stewart. There's some other minor ones, but for the most part, those are the 4 main players. And so all the local title companies, they all use the same handful of underwriters. So no matter, there's probably 7 or 8 local title companies. They're all insured, and the vast majority of them use multiple underwriters. So they all have 2 at minimum or 3 underwriters that they can use, which is a good practice. But one thing you want to ask is when you get your commitment, it's referred to, before closing, you're going to get your title insurance commitment. And so what you want to look through that is what are the exclusions, if there are any. So a lot of times, and I just had one in Sauk Rapids where there was unclear property line. So that was listed as an exclusion, meaning the buyer assumes having to take care of that lot line dispute if there ever arose. So their title insurance company is not going to cover that. And they declare that at the time. So you want to know what they're covering and what they're not, if anything. So it's important to look at what the exclusions are on your commitment.
Okay, now in that particular instance, why wouldn't they just have the survey crew come out and redo the property lines?
Well, there's a number of factors. So that's what needs to happen eventually. Now there's some additional cost, obviously, to do that. So what that entails is, could that delay closing significantly?
Who's going to pay for it?
Who's going to pay for it? So in the instance that I referenced, we just adjusted. We negotiated a new purchase price on behalf. The buyer assumed it, where everybody felt comfortable. And we moved on. So that's one way to handle it. But again, you want to know what's being covered and what's not. You don't want to know after the fact that, oh, this wasn't covered.
You know, I really understand the importance of this because the last thing you want is some you're in your house and everything's going great, you think. So how often do situations arise like this?
I would say it's very rare. In my experience, it's probably less than 1%, but when it does happen,
Oh my.
it can be a real headache.
Nightmare.
Yes, so it's one of those things that insurance is never important until you need it. And a lot of people look at it, oh, I'm buying a $300,000 house, I only need coverage. When you have title issues, especially lot line disputes or claims, it can freeze your ability to sell the home.
Okay.
So it might be a dispute over a few $1,000s, but until it's resolved, you can't do anything. So it can be more impactful than just the purchase price of the home. Again, you're looking at, on a $400,000 home, you're probably looking at plus or minus $1,200, $1,300 for a premium.
Okay.
A lot of these title companies have great what they call calculators that you can put in the purchase price, your mortgage price. It's dependent on a little bit of variables on county
Sure.
and that sort of thing, and it can tell you what your premium would be. Again, what's required, your lender is going to require that you get it for the amount of the mortgage. You have the option to purchase an owner's policy
Sure.
for that remaining amount.
Boy, there's so many reasons to go with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. You got to have a realtor that knows the ins and outs, particularly when it comes to something like this, title insurance. How do we work with you, Brandon?
Online at VoigtJohnson.com or 320-774-2400.
Brandon, thank you.
Thank you, sir.